Welcome back everyone to 3DME class lesson number 3. This is week 3 of the term 1. So today you're going to learn how to create a sci-fi modeling and texturing or sci-fi boss object. Okay, you're going to also do a little bit of texture creation in Photoshop. This will be probably the first time you'll be doing some texture painting. So the end result we will probably try to achieve something like this, a simple box with the texture and also a little bit of extrusion of the shape so it looks more 3D rather than very flat box itself. Okay, without any delay, let's open up 3D Studio Max and let's start the tutorial now. Now, when you open up 3D Studio Max, right, now the first thing you want to create is a cube. Okay, so we have to go to cube, standard primitive, and we use box. Then after that, you click on the perspective panel, okay, one time, two times to finish out the creation of the box. Then you want to go to modify panel and you can change the name, okay, change the name and also change the color of the box. And you want to change the length, width and height number here. Let's say 32, 32, 32. Okay, once you're done, right? Okay, we're gonna use the zoom extend all selected to make sure it's selected or focus in right in the middle. Okay, after that, okay, you probably want to move the box to the center by just change the location to 0 0 0. Okay, once you're done, this is roughly we halfway finished on the first part of the modeling. Now the next thing you probably want to do is we want to convert this into an edit poly. You can do that by just right click and click editable poly, and then you can use all the options to do modeling. Now, if you don't want to do that, right, then you just can use modifier list. Under the modifier list, go look for edit poly. Okay, then you have this option here, the edit poly, and also the original box setting so do not affect the box number. So you can change the box number later. So under edit poly, right, so you have the usual function, the vertices, which used to model the shape. You have the line, you can move around the line. You have the polygon to move around. Okay, so after this, right, so probably first thing is after you finish modeling, usually people will do is we actually will go and do the UV unwrap. So what we do is we go choose under modifier list, look for unwrap UVW. Once you're done, you probably see something like this. Then you can actually open up the UV texture editor under here. Then you have the UVs ready here. So under here also they have here under the polygon and also the polygon face where you can choose. So let's see if I click on the polygon face, so I want to choose face on the surface, the cube itself. Okay, so under here, if once I click this one, actually I cannot move the polygon face on the viewport, but I can move the polygon face on the UV texture editor. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the top face here. I'm gonna move it out from the center of the grip. Then I'm gonna move also the bottom part. Okay, gonna move it to the side. So I'm gonna move the top to the left and the bottom face here to the right of the top face together. So I'm align them together. Then now you probably not, and then as you notice that the cube box, right, have the box has 6 faces, right, in total. So we are left with 4 faces, but we do not want to create all 4 faces for the side. That means we do not want to create 6 faces on the UV. What you want to achieve is actually creating 4 equal box. So what we can do is actually we choose the face of one of the side and choose control click on the other side. Okay, then we move them out together and we'll probably name this as side 01 later on. So I'm gonna align them together like that. Then I'm gonna choose the rest of the last images, the last side polygons. I'm gonna move them together to the final pieces of the UV. Now once I'm done, okay, like something like this, okay, so let me enlarge this UV texture editor, and I'm gonna move them together, and I'm gonna use this tool called the freedom mode, and I'm gonna put them together, align them properly. Okay, and I'm gonna put them together into the grid. So it's actually exactly at the point. Then I'll check on the edge also, is it aligned properly? Yeah, probably best for you to align properly. Now once you're done right, okay, you notice that the polygon is okay, but the vertex is actually not the same. So what you need to do now is actually want to merge them together, not merge them but align them properly. So what I can do is actually select this part here and use this tool called align vertical to the pivot. So once I click, it actually will move them together. Now the same goes with the middle, so I'll choose the align horizontally to pivot and they will become by one line straight away. The same goes if you notice the side, then you see here a line is actually be different, so you can also use this one, the line vertical to pivot and move it to the side so it doesn't cut off a bit. So continue on doing that, fix the UV properly, so it's more easier for us to do the painting later. Check out every part of it, move it around. This one probably okay. Okay, the same goes to here. Okay, so once you're done with this, right, okay, what you do is this, under this UV, right, we're gonna use the tools render UVW template and click on it, and I'll talk a bit about the width and height. This is actually the texture size of the UV once you create that UV image. So we actually can start with 1024 times 1024. So but preferably in the future you can use 2048 times 2048. Then you change the fill color to black color. Okay, then you click on the word render UV template, then will come something like this. Then you click on the save image button and save it in the folder. Okay, name it as sci-fi box 01D. Okay, then you can choose a format. I'll choose Targa. Okay, then I'll save. Then I'll probably want to save 24 because I don't want alpha channel. Once I click OK, then then I'll close this window. And that's it about in the moment for the 3D Studio Max. We're gonna go into Photoshop to do some painting. So you can probably save this file. Save it under the folder name that you actually using. Name it Sci-Fi Box 01. Sci-Fi. Okay, did I name it right? Sci with I is there. Okay, save. Then we'll go to Photoshop now. Okay, once you open up Photoshop, okay, look for the Targa file they actually created just now. This one, the Targa file, okay, drag it inside to Photoshop and you have the image. The image itself is 1024 times 1024, and this is the image size, the texture size. Remember, when you create texture, it should be on the based on the power of 2. So 1024 is actually the power of 2. And another thing most important is this one, resolution. Now in whatever cases, don't change the resolution higher than 72. So 72 is for digital format, is the same for all. The texture size should be always 72 dpi. Okay, this is dpi. Unless we are using it for printing, we don't use more higher than 72. Okay, so first thing first, right, this image, right, so look at the layer panel here. So the first layer is called background. Now first thing, I want to turn this background into an outline background. So what do we do is we double click on the background layer. Okay, they come out the window, then we type the word outline. Okay, now this is kind of independent layer. The next thing, we will create a new layer, layer 1, then move it beneath the outline layer and then name it background. And I will go and choose a white color paint. Okay, can use fill. I'm gonna fill the background with white color. Then the next thing is I'm gonna select the outline layer and I'm gonna change it to multiply, but you'll not see any changes. But with the outline layer selected, I go to mode adjustment invert it, and I'll see the outline of the box. And this is where you do your outline adjustment. Okay, so this will be a guide for you to do any painting. Now you probably want to load this outline so you do not paint anything on it. Then I'm going back to the background. Okay, I want to create a new folder, create a new group. Okay, create a new group under this button here. Then the group uh, folder should be underneath the outline layer. You probably want to type the word 01 underneath. Okay, we're gonna use this folder to do the painting. Now first things first, right? We want to create a box, right? First thing, I'll look at the texture that we have and look at it and think that, okay, what kind of texture we actually can use on the no, for the pictures. Probably this one I feel is a very good top panel, kind of face. So looking at the box, right? Probably this idea, this part here should be interesting to have this kind of image just. So I'll go ahead and I'll choose this box and I'll drag inside the file. Then I'll press OK, place. And first things first, I'll drag it inside the 01 folder. And next, I'll convert it to rasterized layer. Right click to convert to rasterized layer. Then I will try to align it to the first square panel on the texture itself. So align it properly. Okay, something like that. Right, now we have this something around here. Now the second thing is, okay, if because these textures are actually all found online, and it's probably not a good idea to use it straight away without any modification, because your mission is to become a professional 3D artist, and usually taking pictures straight away from the online source will be something near to plagiarism. So we need to use it as a for our usage, and we try to make the best way with possible we can with whatever we have here. So I look around, is there something, anything I can use to do my modification? And saw this one. Okay, this is probably a nice texture. Okay, so I can probably drag inside into the layer and I'm gonna scale it, put it properly here. So the texture is actually 1024 times 104. So it's actually, you can see it's very quite aligned. Now, when you have this kind of image, you probably notice that there's a watermark on the texture. Now, this is indication that the origin artist itself do not want you to use the texture straight away. So it's probably not a good idea to take this image and directly use. So we need to do a modification on the picture itself. So what can we do if let's say we have this watermark? Now, of course, the best approach is not to use it, but in case that I want only one part of the image to use, so I'll probably gonna highlight maybe here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this part here. Okay, I'm gonna copy it. First, you need to rasterize the image first, and copy and paste. Then I'm gonna delete the old layer. So when the layer's done, this one, I have this one. Okay, I'm gonna move them. I'm gonna move this layer to the edge. Control T. Okay, I'm gonna move it, close the gap. Okay. Next thing I'll probably do is I want to delete the the part that I don't use here. So I'm gonna delete something like this, keeping a bit of the shadow. Okay. Delete it. Okay. Then you probably still notice the watermark still around. So what can we do if we want to use this watermark? This watermark images, but we do not want to infringe the copyright. So what I do is let me turn off the outline, and I'm gonna use this tool called this clone stamp tool. You can press S. Okay, now what the clone pens do is actually you can actually copy and fix on images on the images itself that you want to replace. Example, if I alternate click one point here, see the arrow, the cursor change. So one click one time on the left click, then now when I try to ping over, it actually use certain parts of the images for me to replace. So it's a good idea also. If I say click here, then I'm gonna place a bit here. It's possible to use it that way. So you can see once I click on that, right, the images is actually replaced with better photo. Okay, using the certain amount, certain place of the okay, let me hold this one. Yeah, something like that. So it totally replace that. You can spend time a little bit time fixing it. Okay, let me undo it. Okay, then I have to continue on fixing this error here. Undo, can totally undo every time. Press alternate, place it, and yeah, you can draw anytime you want. Now, probably if you do one part of the images and you feel okay, I don't want to do the second part, what you can do is actually you just select half of it. Okay, control, paste, okay, move it to the other side. Then you use the edit, transform, flick horizontal, and you will place the image straight away. Then the next thing I'll do is actually these two layers, right, is actually two separate. I'm going to combine them. So what I do is actually select both of them and then go and choose merge layers. So I merge them together. Okay, so probably now I've done a little bit of the combining. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate this layer. So we're going to form a wrap around this box kind of texture. So I'm going to move around, duplicate it. You can press alternate to duplicate the texture and just move it around. Okay, so it's actually covered everywhere. Okay, cover all four sides of the texture. Okay, okay, then same thing, I'll combine both of them. Instead of choosing merge layers, I can use the control key, control E. So once I combine, you see that this will be something like this. Now, I probably can leave my texture like this, or I can still go back to the bottom layer, right, and go and adjust the shape so I can get more interesting shape by doing something like this maybe. Okay, or you want to go more of the way. So be careful when you see the background. So you probably want the best idea is if you can fit nicely to the shape, something like that. Okay, then probably a good idea to save again. Save as Photoshop so you can keep the layer. Now, one rule of thumb is when I'm using uh, photo, right, I do not want to have the color because here you can see a bit of green color. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this to grayscale, desaturate. Then I'm going to desaturate the second one so it becomes pure gray. Alright, after the pure gray is done, the next thing I'll probably want to do is I'm going to figure out what's on the bottom side here, the texture I can fill up. So I look at the photo and look for something I can actually put at the bottom, and I find maybe something like this would be interesting. So I'm gonna use that. So I'm gonna put it, scale it, put it at the corner. Okay, okay, same thing. I'm gonna right click, rasterize it. Hold on, my computer be lagging. Still lagging. Okay, now I can move already. Save before it crash. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna rasterize it. I'm gonna turn this image to desaturation. Okay, once desaturate, right, I'm gonna now here's the problem. I want to make sure this outline here actually is continuous in all the faces of the box. Okay, it should continuous all the way. So what I do is I choose the first layer. So this layer I call it the frame. Let's take frame 01, and I'm going to use that frame, right, and I'm going to duplicate it to the other side. I'm going to put on the upper layer here. Okay, so it actually covers up the texture itself. And for naming part of the naming for the texture layer, this one, but this is the top, so we're going to name it as the top because we're actually using this part here. Okay, and the bottom should be this one. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to name this layer bottom, and this one is frame 02. Naming is correct. Okay, save it. Okay, probably it's a good idea now because I move it a bit on. Okay, then this one also I can decide if I want to modify a bit, maybe do something like this, for instance. Should be interesting. Okay, okay, right, then I have figured out what's gonna put on the side images. Okay, what I'm gonna put on this side, deal with both this side. So I'm looking around. So look around the texture format, the texture library I have. So which one is interesting? Maybe look at it. I think this one should be something I can use. This one, so I'm gonna put this one into it. Okay, this one put on top, and I'm gonna name it site 01. Okay, I'm gonna right click, rasterize it, and convert adjustment to the saturation. And I'm gonna put it in the corner here. Okay, the same thing. I'm gonna use the frame 02. I'm gonna duplicate it, name it as in frame 03. Move it on top of site 01, and I'm gonna move it to cover up the entire box. Something like this. Then probably see, okay, this probably something that align properly if you notice it. Or you can still continue to change if you want. Maybe something like this is still okay. You want all the way, you will see the white color, so probably good idea to save a little bit of spacing here. Like that is probably okay in the moment. Now continue on, you can probably duplicate the frame 04 first. Okay, put it here, so you can decide, okay, what I'm gonna put on the last frame, any texture that I can use. And I can notice this one is probably a good idea, so I'm gonna put this one inside. Okay, I'm gonna put it here, gonna control put it nicely aligned properly. I'm gonna move it behind frame 4. I'm gonna convert it, rasterize it, and turn it to desaturate, so there's no color at all. So this will be something I can try, and if I want, I can actually do the control the transform, maybe play around with the images a bit. Probably this will be a good idea. Now if you turn on this way, you saw the probably notice that, okay, there's a name there, so this probably a copyrighted artwork that you shouldn't use it straight away. But what I can do, instead of using the stem tool, right, I'll probably can look this here, this is part here, I can reuse it. So let's say if I take this part here and gonna do Control C, Control V, I'm gonna move this part here, and I go to edit, flick horizontally, and I'm going to just put it right on top and hide over the words. Then I'm gonna Control E to the merge it, and naming rise site 02. Okay, now turn back again. So then I have the 4 images all done already. So this is probably the first step of textures creation, and I'm gonna continue and teaching you how actually I can color this shadow highlight area to make it more 3D. But let's try and apply these textures into the 3D model can. So let's go and okay save this image so we can put it in 3D Studio Max. Now first things first, before you go and save this image, you should always turn off the outline layer because you do not want the outline layer to appear. Now if once you turn on outline, you will notice that okay, there's a white line there. What I need to do is actually go back and check the images. Is any of them not aligned properly? So probably notice this one is not aligned properly. So I go to frame 2 and I'm going to close the gap and notice that okay, it's still having problem here. So means that I need to close the white color line properly. Okay, something like that. Okay, let's turn off the snap grid button. Okay, same goes for this one, frame 04. Close the gap. Okay, so there shouldn't be any white color line anymore. Ah, there's something here. Close the white color line. Okay, I'm gonna save this image now. Let's save it as Taga. Okay, make sure the naming correct. Okay, he asked me whether I want to replace the previous UV file. Yes, the answer is yes. You can actually replace it if you want and make it 24-bit. Okay, once you're done, right, I go back to 3D Studio Max now. Now I'm going to deselect the UV unwrap option. So now I can select the box. Next thing is I'm going to open up the material editor and okay, let me redo this one. So what I do is I'm going to click on the diffuse none here, and you're going to go choose bitmap. Then press OK. Then look for the texture file that created the Taga file. Press OK. Then this is already assigned. You can see here. Click on the view images. It actually appears this is the texture they're using. Okay, so the next thing is okay. Let me maximize this. What I do is now I'm going to assign this material to this. You can do it both ways. I can use this button called assign material selection by selecting the box with the material selected. Then you click on this button. You notice that nothing changes except suddenly there's a white option there. Probably you cannot see because you didn't turn on this button called show shaded material in viewport. So I'm going to click that on and you have the texture all done. So this is a very simple cube that you actually create with the Sci-Fi texture. The first step of doing something more advanced. So okay, probably next one after you've done this, what you do is you want to do some painting on the texture laterwards, and we have to do some little bit of extrusion and make it more 3D. Okay. Okay, now back to the textures, right? Now after we done the texture in the UV on the 3D model, we're gonna do some painting on the textures because if we look at here, it's feel very flat. Okay, the model is very flat and it's like okay, it's kind of like there's no lighting and shadow to it. Basically this could be okay for an average 3D model. Now if you want to become a AAA environment artist, you probably need to be more detailed in that. You need to draw a lot more details to your textures. So two things I would usually do is first thing is I'll probably paint some shadow around the edges to make the lighting illumination, like mimic the ambient occlusion effect. Second thing, I will probably will draw some highlight, something like this where you see here. So every edges, right, you'll notice that okay, you need to find where is the shadows gonna hit. Let's say the shadow hit from top right. So where's the shadows gonna be, like where's the ambient occlusions gonna be on these surface. So this kind of thing that you can train, there's an environmentalist we train on seeing lighting. Okay, so now there's no delay, let's start painting the shadow. First things, I'll create a new layer just right on the top layer of the folder. So I'll type the name shadow. Okay, 01. Probably I call it shadow 01 because probably later on I can actually add on a few more shadow layer. Then I change the opacity, the setting to multiply, opacity to 60% as a start. Then I use a brush. I go and select a soft brush, and then I leave the opacity 100%. I will increase the size. Okay, increase the size so I can paint a more better shadow. So first thing I'll do is I will paint a shadow along the edges of the textures on the frame itself. So something like this, press shift. Now I was doing the white color, so you should change it to black color and start painting the shadow. Something like that. You can start by painting the edge. So you can start to see the little bit of 3D ambient occlusion effect coming up. It depends on you how much do you really want to paint. How harsh is it? Okay. Then also look at the outline. Remember the outline, if you look at it, so the middle and the horizontally, vertically, there should be one outline. So I'm gonna paint on this line here and also on this line here. I'm gonna go down and look. Is it even out? Is it the same? Is this the same kind of shadow line? I probably can change it to 50% if I want to. So to even out a bit. Okay, my computer's a bit crashing for a while. Okay, so looking at here, okay, I need to make sure the shadow is actually quite even. So I repeat another, make it thicker a bit. Okay, it's hanging again. Okay. Okay, I just need to move around. Okay, now once I'm done with that, right? Again. Okay. Save it, okay? In case it crash. So the next thing I want to do is I want to paint some highlight, okay? So go to create new layer and then name it highlight. And then change the mode to soft light. Leave the opacity to 100% if you want. Change my brush color to white color and change my brush mode to harsh. Very hard, sorry, very hard brush line. So I'm gonna use a very smaller brush to paint over the edge. I'm gonna zoom in a bit. I'm gonna start painting the edge. I'm gonna start with 5 and I'm gonna paint across it. Something like that. You can start to see there's a okay, it's gonna be because that my computer cannot handle too much zooming. Okay, they can't handle zooming quality. 100% is probably okay. It's gonna go in, paint on that. Okay. Okay. Then I'm gonna paint the edge here. Now bear in mind the edge here should be as the same thickness highlight as the other. So probably paint on the second time. Same goes here. I'll paint over here. Actually paint it 2 times. Okay. Make it more thicker. Alright, now you can start to see the 3D effect. If I turn off, you can see the 3D effect starts to turn out already. Okay, I'm gonna continue drawing the shadow on all the details around the smaller details. Okay, after you done the texture, okay, you go back to the 3D Max, and you click on the material slot, the diffuse, and when you see your M button here, then you go back to the bitmap options here, the slot, and you find the word reload. When you press reload, you will see the shadow and the things that you painted on the texture appears on the top panel. So this top panel is actually basically done, but we do not leave like something like this, because this is what you have here is the shadow in the highlight. It's actually a very good artistic painting style that actually the most of the AAA games did during the last generation. But in the new generation, we do not leave things as it is. We, beside doing the painting of the texture, we need to do it a bit more 3D effects on the all the objects, so it looks not so flat. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start modeling more details into the box. Okay, so you notice here the unwrap and the function, I can actually go and right click and collapse them already. And once I collapse, I convert it to editable poly, and I'm going to use this one, H2, the H option. I'm going to choose this one, the H actually is the opposite. I'm going to go and click on the connect button underneath here, click on the setting, and I'm going to choose number 2. The first one I change to 2. 2 is 3 is the 3 lines, 2 is 2 for 2 lines, and I'm going to increase the indent space between the two. Okay, you can move this around, maybe to the maybe around 75. Okay, now before you click OK at the end, now you notice that if I click OK here, this line here will usually break out and it will not connect to the line that you created over here. So what I need to do is I need to control click the continuous line, so it actually continue to get a big crash. Okay, I'm gonna go and control click on the different line, and I'm going to press OK. Now all the lines are connect to each other. Okay, and it's aligned properly to the edge of this frame. The second thing is I'm going to connect this here also. So I, instead of going and choose one by one of them, what I do is I choose one of the edge, and I'm going to choose the word rim. Okay, and you actually select all the same line in the same angle for me, and from then I'm going to click on connect. Now the connect button is going to use back the previous setting that you already selected. So like if you done once and you always remember the previous setting, so it's quite convenient for you to just click connect again once you have set the first setting. Same goes with the vertical. You want to connect this vertical line here, you click on ring and click on the connect button, and you're almost done. So you have the lines all set up like that. And then we want to extrude this surface in so it become more 3D. So we're gonna select all the center polygon face from each faces, and what we're gonna do is gonna extrude into it. Go, the extrude button is here. You're gonna click on the setting, and you notice here now is default is 10. We're gonna move it to negative. So positive is extrude out, negative is extrude in. So go ahead and we're gonna choose maybe 1.5. So delete the 0, 6. Okay, then press OK. Then you see, I have a 3D effect already. And this is how what next gen should roughly look like, even with the texture you need to model a bit. Then notice on this side here, with all the polygon face are actually stretched, and we need to do something about it. Now the best way now is actually we need to UV unwrap. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the polygon face on this side and the opposite side. Okay, we're gonna, sorry, before that we're gonna add a modifier list, the UV unwrap to UV unwrap modifier, and we're gonna choose polygon face. Gonna select this face and this face. Okay, we look at the axis here is actually at Y, yellow color, so we planar Y. Then it becomes that rectangle face like that. Then we go to UV texture editor, and you notice that our top UV texture editor is square, but this one is rectangle, so it doesn't follow the shape. And the second thing you notice is that there's no picture on the UV texture editor, so you can turn on the UV texture editor, mean the image of the texture by just go here, checker pattern, under pattern is a texture file name. Once click that, you can see, okay, I can see the images already. Then I can start to adjust. Now, if you want to move the UV now, you cannot, because once you go into the planar mode, right, you will lock the whatever UV movement you have. So we need to turn off the planar mode, and then we can start to modify the shape. And we start to modify. We're gonna put this. I'm gonna put this polygon face to the same face as the framing around there. Okay, and then gonna click and see. Okay, it feels like, okay, this one is wrong because it's opposite. So what do we do? So as I'm gonna do, we select again the surface and go here, mirror horizontally. By clicking and hold, you actually can create the select the three different option here. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mirror it and then become something like this. I'm gonna adjust a bit so it's actually not so okay large. Mean for this surface here, so you can see the shape gels more better together. Then the next thing I want to do is solve this part here. Okay, I'm gonna solve this one. This one is what? This one is probably, this is X. Okay, so we're gonna planar X. Planar X. Okay, once you plan X, you're gonna try out now. I'm gonna do I'm gonna turn off the planar map setting and I'm gonna go and scale. Okay, I'm gonna scale this part here. See whether it's correct or not. Okay. Yeah, it's correct. But we need to adjust a bit, so move the UV out a bit. Okay, then I'm done for this. So this one still works. Turn off the green color. Okay, now you see a bit more 3D effect. Of course, if you notice here, like it's a little bit flat also because there's the 3D, it looks like the entire thing gel together, but it's a little bit lack of 3D. So now usually what we do is with amateurs, we usually would go and straight extrude the thing now, but we do not. We want to add polygon bots to this to slot it on top of it to create a 3D model effect. So what I do is I go to top view. Okay, I go and create a new box. Before I create the box, I turn this one to wireframe so it's easy for me to see. Gonna create standard already box and gonna create a box around here. Gonna move it out a bit. Okay, then I'm gonna move this all the way out. You can see the box from this area. Okay, you can see the box now already. Okay, now the box, right, we need to convert it to edible poly. Move the surface of the top down a bit so it's intersect. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna assign the texture, select this box, and go and assign the same texture as the Sci-Fi box. Then we're gonna use UV unwrap. I'm gonna choose the polygon face. Okay, choose the polygon face from both sides. Okay, I'm gonna planar Y, and then go and check the texture, turn on the texture. Okay, I'm gonna move this one. Make if I can move, I can probably turn on the planar map. I'm gonna turn off it now. I'm gonna move this one, move it here. Gonna fix the rectangle right in the middle, right in the middle of the texture. This is where she where the texture inspiration, I mean the object she came from. So you have start to have the 3D effect. Now, bear in mind that okay, we still stretch around here. So what we need to do is now, instead of planar map from both sides, I'm gonna choose the top side, right? Okay, I'm gonna use the scale button to hold longer and scale Y. And I'm gonna scale this down a little bit, something around here. Okay, I'm gonna next is I'm gonna select the three faces. I'm gonna scale them up so it match again in the middle. Okay, this one match again in the middle, and the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna select the edge of this. I can't select that. Okay, I'm going to choose vertex. Okay, I'll select this vertex and this vertex, and I'm gonna start moving this this edge. Okay, I'll start moving the edge to the middle. Same goes here. Gonna move this to the middle, so it forms a very nice confluence. So you can see that now I'm done here, and I can go back again. I red UV. Gotta move around. Okay, this might be longer than I thought, so I'm gonna scale it up. I'll scale smaller a bit. Okay. Also bear in mind, if I move this box out, you can see okay, there's some empty space here, and since I already textured it, so I do not want to delete this face from the previous edit poly. So what I do is I can actually convert them again to editable poly, and I gotta choose this face, and this face, and I press delete. So do not need to do any adjustment to it. Then I move the box back to the location. Okay, back to the location. And some okay, it's not intersecting. So what I do is check the coordination. Okay. Then you have the okay, I have a 3D effect already. Okay, notice that if I move this away, it's 2D, but this one it creates that 3Dness effect on the surface itself. So this is how actually I do next gen game art asset, especially for simple stuff like this sci-fi project, sci-fi box. Now I'm gonna quickly go past the rest of the images that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna show the final product. So and what I expect from you guys what to do with the lesson today, and try to create something similar like this. Okay. Okay guys, after you have done with the 3D modeling, now finish up with the doing the shadow highlight painting of all the layers. Okay, so you should paint all the shadows on the edges where you feel there's okay, there's gonna be a bit extrusion in terms of visual, but you're not gonna extrude it in 3D models, but you want to create the textures, the 3D bumpiness in the 3D effect, so you can do the shadow painting and also the highlight painting to make it things more bounce up. Okay, so you can see the difference. So after you have done this, right, so probably it's a good idea now we actually can add maybe some color to it. Okay, so what I do is I'm gonna try a layer, and I'm gonna choose the layer as color, maybe color 1. So the color layer, and I changed it to soft light, and maybe I try a little bit of this time. I'll try a little bit of green color, just as like what the images, the example was showing. The example itself was a little bit of green color, so I'll try to put that into the model. Okay, there's a big green color over there, and probably I can still change around the color a bit. If I don't want the pure green, I can try around, multiply, maybe not. Overlay is totally green, so soft light is actually quite a very decent amount. Okay, it's not so much as to what. Okay, is it nice or not? Okay, now in terms of the see different colors, we still can adjust the different colors if we want to. let's say some parts of the color is actually different compared to it's not entirely green. So what do we do is actually we go to the images, so we still can delete. Let's say if I feel that here around these edges or where's this place, maybe I don't want that to be maybe too much green, no? So I'll go and adjust. So in this case, maybe if I take this out, yeah, it's not gonna be very troublesome. So I'm gonna do maybe a less green. It would be nice. Let's say like this, or maybe a little bit of black. So make it darker a bit. This is where you start to adjust the color for individual panels. Make a little bit of designs to it, okay? You see the difference now is a bit so darker around this area. The same goes to this place, maybe I want a bit darker, so I just do it like that, or maybe this time I go to create new color, 02, and I'm gonna use multiply this time. I'm gonna multiply it like that. Okay, maybe I'm gonna adjust the opacity. So slightly a different color compared to the rest. Same goes to this place here. Probably can use darker, okay, darker color here. So this one actually helps to see tone down the opacity of the brightness. And for this one, probably I'm gonna be going to more detail by selecting the edges, more. Okay, now this space, without this straight that. Same goes with here. Straight line. Press shift to add selection marquee. Gonna do like that. Okay. Same goes with here. Okay, gonna color up everything. One more here. Let's say in terms that if I don't like the colors going around this color here, even if it's green darker, but maybe I want to try a little bit of different colors, so I use the magic wand tool. Use the magic wand tool. Gonna select the locate the selection I painted just now. I'm gonna put different color to it. Let's see what happens if I put different colors to it. Try a little bit of this one color. Maybe it's dark, brighter color. Yeah, you can see now I can adjust a little bit. Now I can have more difference. Even in this part here, okay, I can choose this one. In fact, if I choose this one entire thing itself, if I decided to put it as a green color, it should be something like this, right? Or invest in I just want in effect in the outer layer only, so I'm gonna press alternate to deselect the individual vent here, so I would not effect it to have this green color effect. Okay, stop probably coloring a bit. Like that. Okay, now say I have different colors already. So more interesting already. Same goes to here. You actually can try around. Let's say I want to do this color here. Then I want to color it a bit different. There you go. And maybe this one also. It's up to you how you want to do it. So it becomes okay. So the color's a bit different really. So probably more interesting that way. Let's select this one, this one, this one. You know. put a color to it. Same skill for this side. Okay, interesting. Where should I put the color and what kind of color should I, do on this part here? So probably, let's say if I be safe, maybe I can try the larger one. Okay, or I can try the bottom and the top section. So make it more this part here and this part here. So I can a little bit of differences to the design. There you go. Say okay, so do something interesting. Now I have a different color already. So yeah, why not? So looking at the example, this maybe you can add a little bit more color if you feel we like to. So sometimes let's say this is something interesting here. Maybe I want to make it some design here. Maybe I'll add another cut, maybe another layer. Let's say put a design. So what I'm gonna do is maybe I'll try using a white color, or maybe I'll type a word, something like maybe let's try Arial. Okay, let's see which name we can type. Let's say 3D MA. Okay, then I'm going to use the character panel and I'm going to change it to white color, and I'm going to do a large word here. Okay, gonna make it into indent. Then I'm going to put 3D MA, maybe a design here. Alright, so what I do is this word here. Okay, when it's done, maybe I can turn this into rasterize, and I'll start to soft light, or see I can make a design letter to the files, the design itself. And just to make things more interesting, right, I can use the eraser, just erase off a bit of the feels like okay, this thing is like, man, this is kind of like, a lot of people is using quite a few times for quite a long way. So the tearing is the letter is a bit tear off already. Okay, so like okay, this makes sense. So why not? Something could be something like this. Yeah, even you can add a little bit of design. Let's say I want to add. Okay, I feel like this one should be. Let's try a line here. It's the same thing also if we want to add white color here. Okay, and then we erase it off. Yeah, so this is how you design. You can decide what kind of design you want to put in. Can be anything. Can be do something like this. Then after erase off. Yeah, why not? So it's up to you. Totally entirely up to you. So well, if that this is something you can try out. So then after you're done with this, so you probably remember to save this target file. Okay, after you save, you're gonna go back to 3D Studio Max to see the final effect. Okay, now we are back into 3D Studio Max, and looks like everything looks nice and crispy here. You see, it makes a okay, the lights, the design, the color, definitely not bad. This is something we probably look in the game like okay, well, this is what we call something a next gen kind of a professional quality 3D modeling. Now we have all the highlight and shadow, it looks very 3D, and in fact it's only if you look at the polygon count, it's in fantastic. If you turn on the polygon count by going to config viewport in statistic, then I'll show the source statistic triangle count. Okay, the total path selection was okay. This only costs about 174. Polygon count is actually quite cheap, but what you do here is actually quite interesting because you can do something like this. Now, if you notice here, this one, the 3D MA, right, the word is okay here, but the other side is actually flick around. So what you can do is actually you go back to unwrap UV. Okay, select this image here, open up the UV texture editor. Okay, remember to click on the Sci-Fi box here. Okay, now because the word is flipped, so what you do is you can use this mirror vertical again to flick around the images, and you got your stuff okay already. So this is probably the final step for this tutorial. Now try to use the all the images are provided to you, okay, and try to create something like this, okay. Now you can have this file, and I'll be giving you this file to have a study, and also the PSD file. So look around and see whether you need to anything you need to ask. You can ask me during the online. And now you have to finish cube box like this for the tutorial submission, and the submission deadline, I'll put it on the end of Friday, so everyone should know we have the same, because everyone is going to attend the same online class on Wednesday. So we have about 2 days to finish this kind of box quality and submit it online. So yeah, say good luck guys. So I'll see you in class next week. Bye bye.